Beware, avoid getting involved with this type of woman, what men disapprove of. Hello, and welcome to today's video. If you're here, you're probably looking to understand relationships better and learn how to avoid situations that may bring you problems or frustrations down the road. It's a controversial but important topic. What behaviors in women do many men find difficult to deal with in a relationship? Let me be clear right from the start. We're not generalizing all women here, okay? The goal is to discuss certain attitudes and behaviors that can be unpleasant or even destructive in a relationship. So if you're asking yourself, how do I spot a woman who might bring problems? Or what kind of behavior is a red flag? And stick around until the end of this video because we'll cover these points honestly. And before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our relationship content. Constant drama behavior. Let's start with the behavior many men definitely do not approve of: constant drama. You know that woman who turns every little thing into a big deal, where any minor disagreement becomes a huge argument. This type of attitude wears down the relationship over time. Why is it a problem? Too much drama creates a tense environment, making the man feel like he's constantly walking on eggshells. No one wants to live on an emotional roller coaster. Also, this behavior can hinder healthy communication, as the man may distance himself to avoid further confrontations. If you notice that you're in a relationship where every small issue turns into a crisis, it's a sign to rethink if it's worth moving forward. The controlling woman. Another behavior that men see in a negative light is when a woman tries to control everything, whether it's decisions, friends, or even the partner's personal life. A controlling behavior is suffocating. Why is it toxic? Healthy relationships are based on trust and respect for each other's individuality. When a woman tries to control her partner, it often indicates insecurity or a lack of trust. The man, on the other hand, feels disrespected and trapped, with no autonomy to make his own decisions. This is one of the biggest breakup factors, as both sides naturally desire independence in a relationship. If you notice your partner is always trying to control you, whether it's your friends, financial decisions, or opinions, it's time to talk about boundaries or reconsider the relationship. The woman who never takes responsibility. Many men report dissatisfaction with women who never take responsibility for their mistakes. This is another key point, the behavior of never admitting when she's wrong. It's always easier to blame the partner or the circumstances, but this creates deep resentment. Why does this bother men? A relationship only works well when both parties are willing to acknowledge mistakes, grow, and improve together. When a woman constantly plays the victim and doesn't own up to her mistakes, it blocks open and honest dialogue. Over time, the man feels undervalued because it seems like he's always wrong in the relationship, even when that's not the case. Excessive materialism. Many men complain about women who place too much emphasis on money and status. Excessive materialism wears down a relationship, especially if the woman constantly pressures her partner for more money, social status, or high-value material things. Why is this a problem? When the focus is only on what can be bought, the man feels like he's never enough. Relationships based on material expectations create unsustainable pressure, especially if he doesn't have the financial resources she desires. Moreover, it may be perceived as a lack of genuine interest in the person and more in what they can offer materially. Of course, wanting comfort is natural, but when that becomes the central focus of the relationship, it's a red flag. If the man feels he's being evaluated based on the size of his wallet, it often leads to the end of the relationship. The woman who constantly criticizes others. Another behavior many men avoid is the woman who constantly speaks ill of others. This habit of gossiping or criticizing everyone is seen as immaturity and a lack of empathy. Why does this turn men away? Men tend to seek partners who are positive and create a pleasant atmosphere. If the woman is always criticizing others, it can also give the impression that she's judging her partner as well. Plus, gossip can be seen as a sign of distrust. If she talks badly about others, what's stopping her from doing the same about him behind his back? If you're with someone who's constantly criticizing others, whether friends, family, or even strangers, it's a warning sign. Constant negativity does not contribute to a healthy and balanced relationship. Lack of ambition and purpose. Another issue that bothers many men is when a woman shows a lack of ambition or purpose. This doesn't mean that men expect a highly successful partner, but rather someone with her own goals and a vision for personal growth. Why is this important? Men who have their own goals and ambitions often look for someone who also has her own interests and aspirations. When a woman doesn't show a desire to grow, learn, or seek something greater in life, it can lead to frustration. The lack of a clear purpose can make the relationship feel stagnant and without a future. However, it's important to distinguish between a difficult phase and a complete lack of ambition. If the partner is going through a tough time, support is essential. But if the absence of goals is constant, this can become a point of divergence. The insecure and jealous woman. Finally, one of the behaviors that wears down men the most in a relationship is extreme insecurity and excessive jealousy. Of course, everyone has insecurities, but when that dominates the relationship, things start to fall apart. Why is this so damaging? An extremely jealous woman may limit her partner's freedom, and jealousy can manifest in various ways, from forbidding outings with friends to constantly checking his phone or social media. This creates an atmosphere of distrust, and the relationship becomes a constant struggle to prove there's no infidelity, which can be exhausting. Insecurity can also show up through excessive emotional dependence, where the man feels responsible for meeting all of his partner's needs. This isn't healthy for either party. Successful relationships are based on mutual trust and independence. Now that we've discussed these behaviors that many men find problematic, it's important to remember that nobody's perfect, and everyone has room for improvement. The point here is to identify signs that may indicate a toxic relationship or one that will eventually become unsustainable. If you're seeing these signs in your relationship, it's time to reflect on whether it's worth continuing. And remember, a healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, trust, and balance. If you like this content and believe it's important to discuss these relationship points, leave a like, share with someone who could benefit from it, and comment below what you think of these behaviors. Let's keep the conversation going. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get more tips and reflections on healthy relationships. Let's work together to create more balanced and happy relationships.